Hello guys, today in this video, we're going to help you to find out the best bike locks in market. I made this list based on my personal opinion, and I tried to list them based on their quality, durability, customer review and more. If you want to see their price and find out more information about them, you can check our links in the description below. Number 9. Kryptonite Evolution 1090. Kryptonite has been a major name in the bike security space for as long as any of our testers can remember, so much so that Kryptonite locks are often associated with top-tier security. Kryptonite continues to bolster that reputation with the Evolution 1090, $110. At 6.5 pounds and 35.5 inches, this is a properly big chain lock that might not appeal to everyone reading through this list. For our uses, however, securing an expensive mountain bike in a busy resort town, there isn't much more we could ask for. Like the Helic Gold, the Evolution 1090 is sold secure with a gold rating, meaning that it will withstand up to 5 minutes of attack with hand tools. Kryptonite has revised the link design and the metals to increase the security for this lock. Number 8. Helic Gold Chain Lock. Chains are great because it still takes 2 cuts to defeat them, like a U-lock, but they are also very flexible and easy to lock up. The most difficult part of dealing with a chain is that they are big and heavy. It's never convenient to put one on a bike, so it's common to wrap them around your waist. That solution works, but it's not very safe. Helic has an answer though. The brand is well known for making locks you can wear safely. The Helic Gold is a 10mm chain weighing in at a hefty 2,274 grams, but it's got a system that turns it into a belt without locking. Instead, there's a bar on the lock side and a plastic buckle that snaps into the bar on the other side. When you are ready to lock a bike, take it off your waist, open the lock, and connect the lock to the chain that's on the other side of the waist bracket. The super bright version pictured here also adds visibility while riding. Number 7. Helic C-Lock Combo. If there's a lock that exemplifies what I don't have a cable lock included in this list, this is it. The Helic C-Lock Combo offers about the same security, but it's far smaller and cheaper. Any attack with a tool would easily cut through the steel band, just like a cable lock, but you can carry this in a jersey pocket, and it's there when you need it. That means for most situations, I don't recommend this lock. If you've got any kind of bike where it makes sense to attach something to the frame, grab an inexpensive U-lock or folding lock and use that instead. The place where this lock shines is on a bike where you aren't going to put it on the frame and you really aren't going to leave the bike alone. Thieves are incredibly fast and good at what they do, and this lock is just enough to keep someone from quietly walking away with your bike while you look at it. Number 6. Kryptonite Cryptolock 610 Siemens. How much security do you really need? In many situations, as long as you use a quality lock, then you will be safe. If that already sums up your thoughts, then shouldn't your folding lock be easy to carry? The Kryptonite 610s is a counter to the Abu's folding lock options. While those locks have a design aimed at high security, Kryptonite is very clear that the 610s will work for quick stops in metro areas or suburbs, and longer lockups only in rural areas. If that's enough for you, then you get a lower price and even more convenient option. The links are 5mm instead of 5.5mm. Bars saving you almost 600 grams. It's also longer and narrower, which again adds to the ease of carrying, while rotation where the bars connect to the lock means it has a ton more flexibility in how you use the lock as well. Another thing I really love about Kryptonite locks with better security is that the brand is willing to back that up. Number 5. Abu's Bordeaux 6500 a SmartX. I've already been quite clear that folding locks are less secure in exchange for better ease of use. Abu's has an answer to that criticism though. The Abu's Bordeaux 6500 a SmartX takes everything good about the standard Bordeaux 6500 and upgrades it with electronics. The result is a lock that's both more secure and more convenient. Instead of a key, the Bordeaux 6500 a SmartX is a smart lock that relies on Bluetooth. The heart of the design retains the same series of 15.5 cm long and 5.5 mm thick hardened steel bars. Each one connects to the next with a shielded joint, and there's a rubberized coating to protect the finish of your bike. At the top though, you won't find a lock cylinder, not even for backup. Instead of a key, there's an app. You have the choice to configure a manual unlock, but otherwise, as you walk up with your phone, the lock will open. It's all seamless and automatic. Number 4. Abus Bordeaux Granite 6500 Folding Lock. The Abus Bordeaux 6500 is the highest security folding lock around. It has both a sold secure gold rating, and Abus calls it a 15 by 15 security level thanks to the 5.5 mm hardened steel bars and protected links. On top of that, the lockpicking lawyer is quite generous in his description of the lock core as being ahead of the curve in his video, where he does go on to eventually open it. As with other folding locks though, it's not the security where the Abus 6500 shines. Cargo Bike magazine easily cuts it with a portable grinder, and only a single cut is enough to open all folding locks. The trade-off is that there's a lot more flexibility when using a folding lock. This is especially true when you are locking to a busy bike rack with lots of other people and not much room. Number 3. Abus Mini 410. If a product isn't the best, it should at least be cheap. I've been very intentional in putting a bottom floor on that concept here though. The Abus Mini 410 isn't high security, but it is acceptable security. I wouldn't leave a bike for much time with only this lock, but it's inexpensive and light enough that it's an easy option to bring along if you plan to briefly head into a store. All the people I spoke to who had a bike stolen because they weren't going to be gone long. Don't be that person. Use this lock instead. The 12 mm double shackle ensures that no one is going to cut the Abus Ultra Mini with wire cutters. You could probably get through it with 36 bolt cutters, and maybe even 30 cutters, given the right scenario. But either way, that's still a lot more protection than a cable lock will ever give you. Number 2. Helic D1000. While the Helic X1 is portable angle grinder resistant from a practical standpoint, the Helic D1000 is as close to angle grinder proof as you can get. When Micah Toll from Epic School tested the D1000 with a grinder, he gave up after trashing 3 blades and making it less than halfway through a single side of the lock. If you want absolute peace of mind for an expensive electric bike, then this is the lock for you. Also, like the Helic, this is a high-quality lock besides the theft resistance. Despite being quite heavy, it is still portable. It's also quite well built with a soft touch outer that definitely will not scratch an ice bike, and a cover for the locking mechanism. If you lose your keys, you won't be able to cut the lock off, but there is a replacement program. Similarly, if you start having issues with a lock cylinder, don't risk it getting stuck. Number 1. Helic X1. Only a few years ago, if you wanted high security, it was all about how thick the shackle on a lock was. Options like the Kryptonite New York Forget About It Mini and the Abus Granite X Plus 540 reigned supreme. In today's world, those types of locks offer little security in a world ruled by portable angle grinders. The Helic X1 isn't the most secure lock out there. It's not even the most secure lock that Helic offers. Instead, it represents a balance of weight, price, and security. This is a sold secure diamond rated lock, and I would consider it angle grinder proof, even though that's not technically true. What I mean is that I took an angle grinder to the Helic X1, and I did manage to get through it. That said, I was using a more powerful plug and grinder, and I shredded a cutting blade while cutting through one side of the lock. Like other quality locks though, there's a double shackle.